I want to show you in this video how you can sell more to one specific person upfront without letting them become a customer first and then trying to sell them through email or through any other options that help and happen in the backend. I'm going to take you through a funnel that helped me gain and make a lot more money. And I'm going to tell you exactly the steps that are going to happen and how you can also implement it yourself. So without further ado, we have some water. We have good moods. Let's roll. So you're leaving money on the table every time someone buys something from you. If you leave the customer do one sale, buy something from you, and then just leave it on the table. Leave it to faith so that they land on your email. And then after they land on your email, you try and upsell them to something else. Now, they're already in a spending mood, or they already search for a solution for the problem that they're having. And because of that, you can offer them the first step, the second step, 3 steps ahead. It all depends on how you process and how you actually, not bundle, but how you actually create the journey. So let's go firstly through what people do versus what they should do. Firstly, customers want something you have. This is the part where most people do. You sell it, and then that's it. You let them leave. They'll end up on your email at some point, and you'll try to upsell them through different methods. What you should add is your customer wants something you have, you sell it, and you put another offer in front of them right away. That solves the next step, because they might also want that. They might be very smart and they know that they solve one problem and then there might be another problem that appears. And so you already offer two solutions to two problems that they're having. So if you don't offer your customer more things to buy right after they purchase, you're not serving your customer as well as you could be, which makes sense. Let's talk about the buying frenzy. Someone just bought something and is still excited about spending. Usually that happens. They feel good, they're in shopping mode, and their brain is saying yes to more. That moment right after the purchase is when they are most likely to buy again, if you put another offer in front of them, as I said. So how do we do this? And it's exactly what I'm doing, so you can just implement it yourself. We're going to run through this firstly, so that you have an idea of how it actually looks, and then I'm going to tell you how I do it. So here's a real example. If you have one product that is $37 and you just sell this one, you're just doing $37 at that specific moment at point A, let's say, and then you're waiting days until your emails are triggered, if you have them as a sequence, until the emails are triggered, and you wait days up until maybe there will be another sale. What you can do is you give the main offer, 37, and then on the same page, you have a bump for 97. That means all of a sudden, your $37 became $134. Now, what you can do afterwards is they bought these two, and then you send them to another page of Upsell, where you can also sell $57. So all of a sudden, that $134, if you just add the $57, you have right now $191 that you sold to one specific person, rather than just this 37. And so you see that if people know where they're at and what they need, they want more from you. And because you have more, why not show them? Now, this is something that is very, very, very important when you're running ads. Because the problem there is that you want to spend some money on ads and you want to grab as much money as you can from one specific customer, because otherwise the return on ad spent won't be that big. And so what do? If you're selling a $9 product and people buy, and you're, let's say, for you to make a sale online through ads, it costs you $16, then we have a problem because the return on ad spend, it will be under 1. So you're kind of losing money. If you have a sequence like this and you spend, let me erase this. So you still have a $9 product that you start with. And for you, the ads cost, let's say, $12 to purchase per customer. Then if one customer buys $9 and then you have, let's say, a bump of $30 or $34, now all of a sudden, 9 plus 34, 9 plus 34, we're at $43. So all of a sudden, we paid this $12 and we grabbed 43. Meaning from 43, I'm bad at math, so bear with me. From 33, if we subtract this cost for the customer acquisition, this $12, basically would be $31. So you won instead of losing. With ads, this is very important. If you're not running ads, it's still important because you're making more money from the products that you're having and you're advertising them in front of someone that might be in need of them. So just showing them, it's not like you're shoving them down their throats, but you're showing them and someone might say, I also want that or I need that because I feel like I'm having right now the motivation that I would go through this. I will implement product A and I also want to go to the next step, which is implementing product B. Make sense? Perfect. Good. So then you just show them the product. Now, there is one thing happening here, which makes a lot of sense. And it needs to be respected somehow in this way. Otherwise, it doesn't quite make sense and you won't have the same way of doing it. Having a $17 product right before a $200 product is critical. And the sequence is intentional because you want to have I'm doing it with $9 products. So I want to have a $9 product, then show them a $34 product, then upsell them. So this is here, this is here. We upsell them to 54, let's say. And then if they think this 54 is too much, although it solved the problem, it's too much, they can go to a downsell, not an upsell here. You can also do upsell if you just want to go up. But if they thought 54 is too much, you can go to a downsell of 40 something, 40 plus, let's say. And then if you add all of these, it will be 9 plus 34 plus 40. You won't do it. 9 plus 34 plus 40. So it will be $83 that you made. Now, if you have exactly the same happening here as it's written on the screen, where you go exactly through different upsells, what's going to happen is you're going to have 37 plus 97, which is 134. Plus, if you have another problem or another thing that you're solving to their problem, you have another 57. Plus, then you have the 47. The idea is intentional because you don't always raise the price plus. You raise it for main offer, for order bump, you raise it, for upsell 1, for upsell 2. You're lowering the price. And so what's happening is order bump and upsell 1 goes the price up, for upsell 2 goes the price lower. And then if it be an upsell 3, you can then increase it again. Or you can have a downsell, which is telling you that if they're canceling here and they're saying, nah, that's too much, you can go for this one, downsell to 47. And then you're lowering the price a bit more, but still grabbing more from the same customer. All right, getting it right versus getting it wrong. A wrong upsell is where people get mad and be like, what do you mean I have to buy another product? I just purchased something from you. We don't want to do that because you can get into this state right here if you're doing one specific thing wrong, and I'll tell you in a second. The right upsell, the right people, the right upsell for the right people would be something like, thank you so much. I was really hoping you would offer something like that, and they buy. Because these people know where they're at, know your products, know what they would need in order to solve their next problem, and they're happy to spend money with you. So the difference is whether the next offer is the logical step for that customer or just something you want to sell. The more you help the customer, the more you serve your customer, the better the job you're doing. What does this mean? It means when you're trying to sell something more to a customer, it needs to have a specific way of doing it. As in, you don't want to sell something just for the sake of selling it so that you make more money. As in, if you're just doing that, you're ending up in the wrong upsell. If you're doing things right, you're going into the right upsell. So let's give an example. Let's have another example idea of this. If I would have, let's say, 3 products. So it's 3 products. One product is color grading manual, color, which is for photography. I'll just go with my case so that it makes more sense for me to explain it, and I can give you more details about it. So this is product 1. Product 2 is how to sell digital products. Product 3 is what do you do after someone bought from you? So what do you do after first buyer? So we have these three products. What we want to do is we want to offer, if we're offering this, and that's a bit too much. Fuck it. Yeah. I'm still getting used to this. So if we're second, how to sell digital product, third, first buyer. Okay, so I'll stop coloring because I'm bad at this. If I'm having this as a main offer, like this one, this is here, and I'll say main offer. And this is a bump, which is order bump. This one, these make sense because this is the first step. You learn how to sell digital product. This is the second step. You learn what to do after someone bought from you. What would be something that I just want to sell to make more money is, this is my main offer, how to sell digital products. This is my bump. I'm trying to sell them something color grading photography. Has nothing to do with the niche, not anything else. This would be my upsell. They don't make sense. There's nothing that relates them. There's nothing that is like a journey. Firstly, I need to learn how to hold the sticks. Then I learn what the cymbal is. Then I learn how each of the drums sound. And then I can start playing the drums. It's exactly the same way. So you want to have, firstly, you want to think of the journey. And who can think better of the journey rather than you, the one that already went through it? Because it kind of makes sense. You went through it. You're not going to teach something that you've never done, because that would be guru style. So this has the power to multiply what makes you with a low ticket by 20 times at least. And so you're not doing more work to get the sale. The customer's already there. They already bought. They're in the buying mindset. All you do is just give them another reason to stay, give them another reason to buy. It's, again, a system. And because it's a system, you make more money. That easy. So what do you want to do here is think after someone buys the first product, what is the logical next step that they need to take after they implemented product 1? They need to go to step number 2. That will be a bump. What they will do at step number 3? Well, that will be an upsell. Because they implemented this, they're here. They're thinking this is too pricey. Do a downsell. Next step is number 4, downsell. Easy. If you need more help, I built a community where I'm helping people launch their first digital products and get their first customer. And if they're already at that step, I'm helping them scale with the knowledge that I have through funnels, through email, through different channels and platforms that they could spread and make more money with their existing products and knowledge. The link is in the description. It's community-based. We have a lot of people that are working for Netflix. We have people that are photographers. We have artists. We have people that were in the marketing, all selling digital products or physical products that are in the online or offline businesses. If you want to join, links in the description. I'll see you inside. Cheers.